to look like 15 years old as well.
I am 15 years old.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, same here. I'm 14 and a half.
Okay. I'm in love with your body.
Thanks, huh? Thanks, huh? Okay, Jarvis, you know, well, let's go back to the first thing that you do. Like, you know, you play music in church.
Yeah, I play a little bit of music in church, church music, and really like to be involved also in music because, like what you say, music is a universal language.
Yeah, just
everybody
like
can understand.
Yeah.
But I think also for those people, you know, Singapore is a stressful country because we all work and
Really?
Yeah.
Stress?
Yeah. Okay. So once you play the music, you know, it just soothes your soul. Okay, it connects yourself. Sometimes, you know, I've seen people that are 50 years old, they work their hard, and they took one strum of the guitar and transport them back to where they came from. Okay.
Okay. But you know, it's more than just guitars. I believe you know you own a so-called what do you call it? Is it a shop? We don't call it a shop.
I don't call it a shop.
I don't call it a shop. A place where actually you do something very unique with guitars. They call it Guitar Spa. And why you choose Guitar Spa?
I think all guitars need to be pampered. I think you are as good as your, maybe the feedback. You are as good as your tool when it's your guitar. If you set it up right, you know, there's magic in the sense in how you express yourself from within. So, I mean, it's just optimization. It's all about optimizing. Getting your guitar set up correctly, it plays well, it sounds well, and then when you go on stage or even in small little groups and things like that, I mean, you enjoy. There's a little bit of connection between you and that instrument. Okay? Yeah.
So how many guitars so far today that you have actually brought them to the Guitar Spa and spa them?
I think I just want to say I have more than 1,000 guitars. I mean, more than 1,000 guitars. I've worked on more than 1,000 guitars. Different brands, single.
So what you do with these guitars? Do you put you know, mannequin? Not mannequin. What do you call it? What do you call it?
Saddle?
No, like you know, like just what the ladies do that.
Varnish or something.
Yeah. You know,
I don't. Basically, what I do is people send their guitars. I mean, number one, I always talk about moisture. How you heard Jack say he dried his guitar.
Right.
So if you have guitars at home, you need a dehumidifier because most guitars are made at 50% relative humidity, and in Singapore, relative humidity is between 70 to 90, depending where you are. And when you first buy the guitar, it sounds really great. And after 3 years, you found that the action get higher, the tone is a little bit muddy. You're not so sure what's happening and stuff like that. But it has to do with the guitar also. When the guitar comes in, it's dry, the action is just right. Okay, you just hold the mic. I'll just explain to you.
Let me help you now. Okay.
So when your guitar comes in at 50%, there's 200 pounds of force.
200 pounds, ladies and gentlemen.
String force. And then when there's more humidity that comes in, this starts to, blow it up. So
like my tummy there.
Yeah, a little bit like that. So it's actually string force, 200 pounds times the string height. So let's say your string height is 10 mm, and then when it swells, it's 12 mm. It's no longer 200 pounds. And then your guitar, the neck starts to move. And then the action starts to go up, and then it will just stress the whole guitar. That's where it happens.
Okay.
So you really have to.
So what do you do with that?
So you just dry the guitar. Make sure you bring also when the guitar comes in, it's set up right now in the factory. Of course, it comes in. There's a little bit of different accommodation and stuff like that. So you get it set up. Straighten the neck, make sure that it's at the sweet spot. It's like putting new tires. You need to balance the tires.
Oh yeah, and I remember manicure. Manicure, oh my god. Yeah, so it's like going to the spa to do manicure.
Yeah.
So other than that, okay. So generally, what you do is you do the setup nicely. Make sure it's playable. Now let's talk about this playability. We have customers that come back to us and say, hey, can you pick the action very, very low so that it's easy for me to play? Some say, oh, can you give a little bit higher so sometimes when I play, right, it buzz. Okay, so what do you think about that?
I think basically there's something called the sweet spot that is not written in a lot of books. If once you balance the trebles and the height of the bass, the whole guitar just resonates. It's like magic. Okay, that's one. Of course, you can actually lower below that sweet spot, but once you lower below the sweet spot, there's a compromise, there's a trade-off. You get playability, you don't get tone. If the action is really high, you get loudness, but you don't get definition.
Right.
Okay, so it all depends what you want. You know, it's like, do you want definition or you just want functional tone? Then
So you can't have best of both worlds.
you can. I'm a perfectionist by nature, so I play also. So I want it to come to the position where I get tone as well as playability, and then the right strings and things like that. I mean, it's very
Okay. So I understand also, other than just setting up, you have different saddle. It's also,
Yeah, I mean, you have bone saddles, you got plastic saddles, you got fossilized mammoth ivory saddles.
So what are the differences? What makes it
I think if you go back before that, a lot of the marquee series were done with the fossilized mammoth ivory. Even the pre-wars were all done with ivory, and then fossilized ivory is legal. So fossilized ivory is basically it's like your guitar sounds like it's been played in. The trebles. It's like a choir singing, but you can hear the individual separation of the single, all the
more refined?
Yeah, more refined. I mean, bone is very transparent, but bone also, there are different kind of bones because, if you bleach the bone, you remove the minerals, and the density of the bone is very soft. So I normally prefer an unbleached bone. Okay.
So these are the differences. It's not like it just make it sound. They are all different tones that you get from the bridges, right?
Yeah. But also, I think the other thing, there are a lot of things when you do setup stuff like that. I mean, you create a new saddle or things like that. The Martin guitars, the fretboard radius is arched 16 inches. So I mean, people may just draw 16 inches and file it down, but it's not precise. Basically, I use a reverse block with a sander, and then you microscope. I mean, just get it done correctly to make sure that evenly across the saddle you get an evenness. Wow. It's like really smooth.
Wow, this is very delicate work, I suppose. Okay, and I'm sure since you talk about 1,000 guitars that you have actually sparred them, right? Sparred them. So what's your favorite actually? That includes your own personal guitars.
Okay, basically, for Martin, let's say I have a triple 42 Marquis. And the Marquis series is basically very traditional, and if you like what they say just now, this jack hat, the Marquis, you can hear there's dynamics. You play low, high, there's dynamics. And the other thing is the tone, the way it's constructed. I think the bracing pattern, the neck, and also it's a 42. So 42, there's the Avalon top, what do you call it? Inlays. Of course, people say that when you route that top, the top is like the rim of the drums. So actually it vibrates a little bit more responsively.
Right.
But the main thing about what I like about this guitar is, I think the soul of this guitar.
Right.
It's like sometimes you meet a person, you talk to them, they look good, but there's no soul.
You see, how about me? What do you think? I got soul?
I can feel your soul
right on here, right on here. Okay.
So it's all about soul, right? I mean, some people say, this guitar looks like a Martin, in terms of appointment, but if you take one strum, there's no soul. You need the soul.
Right. Yeah, because you see, the acoustic guitar is very unique because, there's no other thing but the wood and the strings, and it just touches here, and it just flows the blood and goes through that body, Sounds a bit exaggerating, but it's the fact, right?
Yeah, I think we all have some music individually in our hearts. Okay, but you get the right instrument, you baby it. Whether it's a kid or things like that. I mean, we were talking about this. Even a car, you need to maintain it. How much more a guitar? So, I mean, my advice is to, if you own a Martin or any guitar or several guitars, buy a dehumidifier, dry it maybe once a week for 8 hours. Put it in your room, dry it. The first few things you will see or hear is basically the tone is very crisp. Trebles are crispy. The action goes down a little bit. There's no swelling on the top. You know, you maintain the thing, and when you baby it, especially the Martin, I've seen cases where customers have bought the same guitar back 10 years later, and I took one strum and I'm shocked and floored because the Martin guitars uses a different finish. It's not like some of the normal finish. It does thin down. They use a volatile material, and then we call it aging. It's like wine. It ages.
Yeah.
You know, it ages, and this is natural. Of course, you have tone right and all this to open up the top, but some things needs to be natural. You know,
it's just like wine. You know?
Yeah, like wine.
It's red color, but you know, there's difference between white and TUC, like the $20 wine versus.
It's like you and me. You know, they say we get better with age. I think so.
Okay. Let's not go with that. Okay, one last question, Davis. Talking about like walk, you know, and bulging and stuff like that. Some will claim, you know, we have questions from customers saying that why this guitar bulge, and my guitar at home, I have like 3 or 4 guitars at home, but never bulge. This one bulge, how come? Huh? What do you say?
Very good question. Some of the guitars you buy, I would say it's like having a bus and a Ferrari. Okay. Some of the guitars you buy right now are made in the tropics. They are heavily graced. You know, you play it, because if you get more responsive, it's a little more sensitive.
Right.
So it's also sensitive to weather, temperature. If you buy, let's say, a $200 guitar, nothing wrong with the $200. It's functional. You play a G chord, you know, G string, you know, sound comes up. It's functional. But what do you want? I mean, you want something that is really responsive, whether it's a handmade guitar, things like that. And you notice that the more refined it is, you need more care. You know, it's just like car. If a bus, you can just drive, or truck, whatever. So the Martin guitars, you just baby it. I think most solid guitars, well-made guitars, you need to baby it a little bit more. Of course, with some other luthiers, I think single luthiers, where they scalp the bracing, it means they remove more material at the top. Then when they come to hear the weather, a little bit here, they suffer a little bit more, much more. So you need to baby a little bit more. It's like wearing jeans and suit pants, right? It's different.
Okay, what's got to do with jeans and suit pants?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, you know,
honestly. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so it's good to know. So generally, if you don't take care of the guitar, you will bulge, right?
Yeah, I think it's not just that. I mean, it's just like your car, right? I mean, if you have a car, you need to send it for servicing, or you need to baby it, you need to take care of it. Of course, if you don't take care of it, you neglect it, you abuse it.
Abuse, yeah.
I use the word abuse because I've seen guitars coming in, they just leave the guitar on the stand, it's in the hot sun, you know. That's it. Bye-bye. But if you buy, let's say, I mean, some of these guitars out there, beautiful guitars, and you maintain it, you know, over the years, 3, 4, 5, 10, you get it serviced correctly. I mean, periodically, I have it looked up after. It's going to sound different. I mean, just case in point, I mean, I had one lady came with a D35. 6 months later, she came back in to fix something else, and then I played one strum. I was like, oh, it sounds different. And then 6 months later, she came in to just do something before she flew off, and it sounds a little different.
So different means better?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
And then, for example, we had this guy called Jimmy, and he passed away.
Okay.
I mean, he had a 0028, and I set the guitar up, and he literally gave this guitar to Catherine, the girl with a little bit here. And then she sang a song at the funeral, and I took one strum, and the guitar was like, has opened up. It's like listening to the music with normal speakers, and then you add the surround sound or something like that.
Wow.
Just widens out a little bit. That's why I call it H sounding guitar.
Yeah. Sounds like durian to me. Okay, I think we have a lot of things that we learned from Jarvis, and he's from the Guitar Spa. I think if you know more, please, you'll be here to assist any of you who have any more questions. I think time is running out. So I think, Jarvis, you're going to play us a song?
If you have time now, play one song. If not...
That'll be good. I mean, are we ready for one song? Yes? Yes.